And we should be okay. Hey, look who's here. For them to be here with us. One more minute, please. Okay, I think we need to start moving because time is pressing. We're past the original times hugely, right? The next issue which has been brought up, and people were asking for this, what about individual membership? And I understand that this is very pressing and very important matter for everyone interested. Basically, there will be three kinds of membership within the new Firearms United network. First, there will be a regular members. Just hang on a second. Someone is pinging me with something very important. Okay, so I can go. I'm good. First, there is a regular membership, and regular membership, which gives you a voting power at the General Assembly, is open to organizations only. Again, I do understand that this may not be perfect solution, especially for the people who want to contribute to the cause, but we had to create a system in which we actually can manage the General Assemblies. And that is being done simply by giving the full memberships to organizations, right? Otherwise, we'll kill ourselves trying to work out a technical angle to have a General Assembly in place and the voting in place. However, I do understand perfectly well that without the individual members, there is no Firearms United. I mean, regardless of anyone else is saying, if we are not in touch with an average Jane and Joe in the street who is a legal gun owner, we're gone. We're totally lost. So there is an ability for an individual person to join up Firearms United as an individual member of Firearms United, as a support member, to be very precise, which means that the only difference between you and the full members, which are organizations, is that you don't have a vote at the General Assembly. The rest of the rights we're not trying to cut down the voice of the members. It's just about the manageability issue. If we will grow to the point that we will be able to change that, we will change the statute, we will give the full membership possibly at some future date to individuals. But at the time being, this is a membership for the individuals, is open as a support members. The third category is a honorary member, but I'm not going to spend time on this one. The next issue, which has been brought up by several people, is that what is our position on the concealed carry? I think that Firearms United many times made it very clear what is our position on the concealed carry. Concealed carry should be a unified law for all legal gun owners across Europe. It is fundamental to what we do. That's why after the next round of terrorist attack last year, we actually moved Carry Now initiative. Please remember that Carry Now initiative is a Firearms United. This is a cornerstone of our work. We strongly believe that it should be in place as soon as possible. The only small thing which we need to do to actually get around this is to dismantle the directive, but this is something which we have on our agenda anyway. So we will be working into this direction, and we will support any initiative which goes in line with our initiatives and gives legal gun owners ability to actually get the concealed carry license, whether this is a Polish style or this is a Czech style or any other. I mean, I don't care. As long as it works and we can get it in place, we will support it, we will accept it. Another one, very interesting question is, do we have a leverage inside European Commission? Well, that's it. We have to capitalize on this power. We need to show the politicians that we will hold them accountable for their actions. That We'll ask them what is their position on the gun rights. And we will remind it to them every single time this issue is being brought up. Because for them, the gun rights is an abstract. For us, this is our fundamental right to keep and bear arms. And we will not move back 1 inch further. Now, another question, how do we want to unify 15 million legal firearm owners? And the answer here is very simple. By keeping up what we do at the moment. By working, but by showing what we can achieve. I mean, I want to share a story with you, a very personal one. When I started to shoot several years ago, I just wanted to shoot. I just wanted to have fun with guns. I wanted to go to the range with my friends. I wanted to simply be part of this culture. And I never seen myself as a person leading the fight against the European Commission for anything. And then suddenly the directive happened, and I was still in my safe zone. I was still working on the assumption that there are people who have been part of the gun rights movement for far longer than myself, that they know better. They know how to deal with this situation. They know how to talk with the politicians. They know how to diffuse the situation. They have a control of the situation. And I was supporting several of such organizations with my money, because I was simply saying to myself that I'm too young, at least in this environment. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough skills. I don't want to blunder into something I shouldn't. So the best way I can do is to select the organizations who know what they're doing and support them financially so they can continue the fight. And after several months, I've realized that they have no clue. That all they are saying to the public is that they have a situation under control. It's bollocks. It's not true. It's not going to happen. They don't know what to do. And I said to myself, it's now or never. It's either I will start to work as an activist for our common cause, or there is no saving. No one will save me but myself. That I have to start doing things, and I need to start to sacrificing for the things I believe in. No one will do this for me. No one. This is my responsibility to fight for what I believe in. And I've been fortunate to have been adopted by this wonderful and the great bunch of people who've been already working for the Firearms United. They've been there long before I came on board. They've been doing outstanding job, going head to head with the Commission. I'm a latecomer. I'm not afraid to admit this. I've learned a lot from them. But the thing is that the difference between the Firearms United and majority of the organizations out there in the world is that we didn't start asking for money. We didn't start it with statements, give us the cash and we will do miracles. No. We said, we will put our effort, we will put our sweat, pain, and sacrifice to do what we believe is right. And after we will be able to show you the results, we will ask for your support. And that's what worked perfectly for Firearms United. Firearms United is a very unique organization because it is recognized in our gun rights space as the organization who first showed the results of the work before we asked for anything. And that's the way we want to continue. So how do we want to unify 15 million legal firearm owners in Europe? by showing them that they can trust us, by showing them that we represent their interest, by showing them that we sacrifice first and ask for something later. This is what I fundamentally believe in as a grassroots movement, which we created. And I want Firearms United to stay this way. I want us to work hard. I want us to have the results. And then the rest will come naturally. We won't be forced to advertise ourselves. We won't be telling you the stories of how we will handle things. We will show you what we achieved insofar and ask if this is good enough for you. If it's not, you will exchange us for other people with better ideas, better approach, better contacts, better track of records. We will not take it personally. Because at the end of the day, this is not about me, this is not about the board members, this is not about anyone. This is about the gun rights. And we need to concentrate on this goal. We simply need to concentrate on this goal as much as we can. Another issue was, how do we want to get together sport shooters, hunters, and collectors who only care about themselves? I have no answer to this question. We've been bleeding. We've been bleeding on this for so many years. And from personal experience, I can tell you, I've been trying for over a year to get in touch with the hunter associations in Poland. They didn't want to talk to us. They didn't want to talk to us because the semi-autos are not their issue. Sport shooting is of no interest to them. They will not be touched by the directive. Typical, right? Your problems are not my problems. The thing is that they just lost a majority of their rights because the Polish government decided to cut them down for various reasons, which I don't want to comment upon. But regardless, they've been hurt. They've been hurt badly. Why? Because they were alone. And this is the lesson to all of us. I will be repeating this like a mantra to anyone who wants to listen and to anyone who doesn't want to listen. United we stand, divided we fall. I don't care how many times we've been rejected by hunters, or we've been rejected by collectors, or we've been rejected by reenactors. I will always, and keep me to my word, I will always extend my hand to these organizations in the time of need. Because the one thing which we can't allow ourselves to happen is the luxury of saying we don't care. That's the difference. We do. We do care. Because this is our common cause. This is the gun rights. This is not about hunting, collecting, reenacting. This is about preserving our culture, preserving our beliefs, preserving our style of life. And again, that is the only way to convince people. To, when they are in trouble, to extend a helping hand, no matter what's the cost. No matter what's the cost. We can't afford ourselves a luxury of saying that we don't care for this or that group. No. We're only as strong as a sum of all the groups who legally hold guns in Europe. That's the story. And the last issue, which has been asked, what do we do to prevent the gun ban on the European and the country members level? Well, on the gun ban, on the directive itself, there's nothing we can do at the moment. It has been voted in March last year, and right now this is implementation in the countries. We can't do anything. I mean, for the politicos sitting in Brussels, it's a case closed. They voted in the directive. Now it's up to the countries to implement it. So we still do certain things at the Brussels level, but we don't do much not because we don't want to, but because now is not the time. Now is the time to actually work in countries. And that ties back to what I've been telling you before. We need strong organizations on the country levels to actually diffuse the implementation, to make it as painless to the gun owners as possible. In some countries we are successful, in some countries we are not. In some countries we work hard, in some countries the politicians does not want to listen to us. So the outcome of this will differ country by country. We will have some success, we will have some loss. It's inevitable. We need to be prepared for that. We do make contingency plans. We have the directive analyzed deeply. We know where are the issues with the document. We know where are the loopholes. We're prepared to exploit them as much as we can. I will not roll over and play dead just because someone in Brussels said so. I will fight tooth and nail to explore every hole they put in that bloody document to throw it back into their faces. I will. And many of people across Europe have shared the same sentiment. We will fight back within the legal limits allowed by the directive. Mark my word, we will. Now, implementation is a short-term goal, as you know, because we need to make sure that we survive this onslaught on the country level. Once this is over, September 14th this year, we're back to the table with the Brussels. Because for me, the ultimate goal of this fight is to remove the directive. I want this document gone. I don't want to hear anything about any directive anymore. I know this is not going to happen overnight. I know that this is not going to happen next year. I'm not sure if it's going to happen in 5 years' time. But I'm prepared for the long fight. Even if it's 10, 15 years from now, I want the directive gone. I want the gun rights protected. I want the equivalent of the Second Amendment introduced to the European treaties, if not, at least to the constitution of the several countries in Europe. We need to have a constitutional protection of our rights. Otherwise, the attempts to take it away from us will happen again, and again. That's why we need to have a strong Firearms United. That's why we need to have your support. So my personal ask to you, once the registration process is finished, once the statute will be made public, take it to your organizations, take it to your shooting club, take it to your shooting association, take it to your gun right organizations, and plead to them, join Firearms United. Be a part of this movement. Join up so we can change and shape the future into the direction we want it to happen. That's my personal ask to you. And again, even if you will not be successful, because some organizations will not join up, for whatever reasons, I don't care. I'm not going to judge anyone. Everyone is making their own decisions. If they don't want to join up, that's fine. If they will be in need, we will help them. We will extend our helping hand. But you, as individuals, you can still sign up for Firearms United. You can be a part of Firearms United. You can support us. You can help us continue doing. Firearms United is not about a single person. This is not about me, especially not about me. This is not about this person or that person. Firearms United is about creation of a movement which will protect our right to keep and bear arms. This is the only goal of this game. And mark my word, the moment someone comes to replace me with better ideas, better approach, better connections, better results, I will be the happiest man on the earth. Because by stepping down to such people, I will be sure that my rights are protected. One more time, this is not about particular people. This is about making this organization so big and so strong that we will survive and will protect our rights. Remember this. One more time, Go to your clubs, go to your associations, ask them to join up. If they don't want to, join up yourself. Help us and allow us to continue the fight. That's pretty much all from my side today. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your attention. And if there will be a need for another session, just write in the comments under this webcast on the main Firearms United page. I will organize as many of those as necessary. Help us to spread the word. Help us to build the Firearms United. Help us build European version of the NRA. This is our goal. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Have a good weekend. Molon labe, my friends. Molon labe.